let's talk about setting up your Google business profile, right? This is if you're not done this before, if you're new to the business. I'm going to kind of burn through these screens pretty quickly only because it's really kind of filling out a form, but I want to show you what Google does, all right? So the first thing is you want to go to business.google.com/us/business profiles. I think you can just go business.google.com and it will work as well. There we go. And if you hit get started, it's going to say, okay, well, give me your name, right? And you can put your business name. First, you can see if your business already exists. Now, just because, maybe you haven't claimed your listing yet, it doesn't mean that you may not still be in Google's listing. I'm not going to get into it here, but many of the local services that are out there, all the Yelps, the City Search, Merchant Circles, is also what are called data providers. They all share information, right? So it's oftentimes your company may already be listed. So I would just go ahead and start looking for your company name. So here, I'll look for my Tampa SEO business. And there we go, right? There's both of them, my location in Land O'Lakes and my training center in Tampa. They're both listed. So if I already see my listing, I can go ahead and enter on that. If not, if I'm looking for like, Joe Schmo Pizza place, right? I don't see anything called Joe Schmo Pizza, so I can go ahead and create a name for that, right? I will get that. And what kind of category is it? Here, I want to pick a category that Google has. I'm going to start with restaurant. There we go. As I begin to type, it shows me some things. I can try pizza, right? If I'm looking for a pizza place or pizza pole. And look, here's pizza restaurant, even better. So you really want to take a look at this. We'll get more into categories a little bit later on. But your primary category is a major important factor to get right the first time, your primary category. You can have secondary categories as well, and you can change at a later time, but you want to pick the right one. I'm going to come back over to the slide. I don't want to actually try to create a new account here. You can also go to business.google.com/locations if you have a few listed already, and you hit add business and add a single business. That's another way that you can do it too. But we're going to just talk about here. So here is me looking for a client called Rescue Roofing of Tampa. I actually stepped through this as I was creating their Lutz location for them. As I typed it in, their name is Rescue Roofing of Tampa, but they have a location in Land O'Lakes and one in Lutz. And so there was no Lutz one yet, so I just went ahead and hit the next. Once I did that, it said, hey, do you want to add a location customers can visit, like a store or an office? Or are you at it's called a service area business? So if you have a physical location people can actually come and visit, then yes, you'd want to add a location, right? If you are more of a, let's say you're a garage door repair person, right? Well, nobody brings the broken garage door to the repair facility, right? They come to you, usually in a truck of some sort. And a lot of those folks don't have a physical location where they can get to clients. They tend to work out of a truck or out of a home office. So that would be called more of a service area business, and you'd answer no to this question. But if you do have a physical location where people can come in, you would say yes, they did have a location. And so we pick the city, the state, the address, zip code, all that kind of fun stuff. After that, it asks, do we provide deliveries or home and office visits? So you answer accordingly, right? We said yes to that one. And then we asked for the areas you serve. And here you can put in things like states. You can put in the country, like the US if you're national. You can put your counties if you service various counties. You can pick certain cities or town names. This is really very, very detailed as well. There are some times where we've even seen as we're adding subcategories and locations to our Google business profiles, we'll even see like bigger communities, subdivisions, large subdivisions, things like that that are nearby. And if you're servicing a smaller area, like we did some work for a liquor store, and actually I could probably show that to you. I think I have it open. Here we go. There's a liquor store that we did some work for, and if we go into the edit profile and we take a look at the service areas, many of these, you see like here's Bass Lake Estates, Hidden Lake Estates, the Glen, the Oaks, the Reserve. These are just subdivisions in the neighborhood, okay, all in the same zip code. But as soon as we added all these, because this liquor store, people aren't going to drive a long way to a liquor store normally. This was right down the road from all of these places, and we just kind of used the map to kind of pick them out. But by putting all these in, it really energized that local listing for anybody in these areas looking for near me. And it really made a big difference. So we'll spend more time looking at all that information in a moment. So you pick the areas that you serve. You put some contact details that you want to show, like your phone number and your website if you've got one. I highly recommend you do have one. And then you're going to get to what's called a verification. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky, right? In the past, Google initially, when they did this, they would send out a postcard. So you put your address in and Google will send a postcard out to that address, put a PIN number on it. You'd come back once you got it, you put the PIN number in and you got verified. Well, of course, people gamed the system, found ways to game the system. And then they went into like a phone call, right? So like, okay, they call you and you have to put in a code number into there. And then when that was being easily gamed, then they went to what's more often what you see now is a business video. And of course, whenever Google does things, sometimes they try to figure out why the hell are they doing this. And a lot of times with these business videos, they're problematic. You try to upload them. You have to be in your Google Business profile. You have to say, I want to verify it. You have to actually record the video in one fell swoop. It's not like somebody can make a professional video, send it to me, and me upload it. Doesn't work that way. You have to be actually logged into your Google Business Profile account, say get verified, click business video, and then you have to actually make the video. And there's different rules that they want you to follow. And then there was problems like people would upload the video, but they wouldn't take, or they would take it, and then it would take forever to actually get approved. I mean, it's been a nightmare, honestly. But phone verification is the easiest way to get verified, but it's just not always available. And there's really no way to choose which one you want to get verified. There's sometimes it says more options, but often it'll just say nothing else available, right? So Google kind of decides, and I've never figured out exactly what they determine is going to be the deciding factor for how you can verify. But most often you're going to see phone or business video these days. All right. Like I said, it can be problematic. You've got to be logged into the account. Often fails to upload. Takes a long time to process. But we don't see those postcards a lot these days, unfortunately. But once you do get verified, you get a nice "you're now verified." And we have seen a couple that worked on the phone and instantly verified, which was awesome. I love when I see that. It makes life really easy for me. Makes life easy for the client too that's working with me. But you're looking to get your listing verified, because until you're verified, you're not going to be able to do things like edit your reviews, update, do updates and photos and so on. So once you get verified, then you can do things like add the services that you offer. So as a roofer, we have roof inspection, roof installation, roof repair, a bunch of other things, roof damage, roof repair, and you can add a custom service as well if necessary. One good thing I remember reading from Sterling Sky, they said that you should, if you're going to add your own custom service, put the word provides before it. And if it makes sense with the word provides before it, then you're good to go. So it's like, you want to make sure that it doesn't read weird. Like let's say you have maybe you're a neurosurgeon and you help people with brain cancer, right? Well, you don't want it to say provides brain cancer, right? So you got to be careful. But provides roof inspection, provides roof repair for storm and wind damage. Those provides skylight installation and whatnot. That's fine. So it's not actually going to say that on the screen, but when you do get into local listing, oftentimes the local listing will say provides : and then one of these services that you may provide can show up. So when you're adding your own custom service, I would suggest first picking the ones that are already there listed by Google. But if you're going to add your own, just use that little tip to the provides. You want to add your business hours as well. With some more time on business hours, you can be open 24 hours. You can be closed Sunday and Saturday and open 9 to 5 during the week. You can have various hours across all the days if you like, but it's definitely important to put your business hours in there. And of course, you want to add a business description. That description can be up to 750 characters long. Again, we'll talk more about this in a few minutes, getting you more details. You can add photos, which I highly encourage. And once you are edits are visible and you're verified, everything will be available to be seen by your potential customers.